She has come out from the dark, from a terrible accident.
I broke my back, and it was a very scary and very difficult time.
It was a snowy day on a highway in Pennsylvania. A tractor trailer slammed into the back of Estefan's tour bus. Her husband Emilio and son Naib escaped with minor injuries.
I knew the minute that I tried to move my legs and I couldn't move it, how serious it was. And the only thing that really gave me hope was that I was in such excruciating pain. I mean, if I was numb, that'd be a really big problem.
Gloria's back was broken. She was rushed to a New York hospital for emergency surgery, and doctors inserted 2 8-inch pins in her spine. When she left the hospital, she didn't know if she'd ever be able to walk again, much less perform.
It wasn't until I got home and got back into a normal situation that I really realized what had happened and the seriousness and how little I could do and how slow this process was going to be. All of a sudden, I might be a burden to my husband, to my son. That was the most difficult part. But once I had the operation and the prognosis was good, I knew that it was up to me.
She found the initial strength to come back through her husband, Emilio.
For 3 months, he didn't even leave the house. I couldn't be left alone anywhere. I couldn't really sleep for more than 45 minutes at a time because the pain would get really bad, and he would have to walk me, like, to the dock and back. It was hard on him, but he never said anything.
What did you learn about Emilio and your relationship in the last year?
He had to make a lot of decisions in a tough moment, which he did. And I mean, it just deepened our love so much more when you go through something difficult with someone and you know they're going to be there for you.
For 16 years, Emilio has been at her side and is the driving force behind the Miami Sound Machine. With Gloria singing and writing, the bilingual band's first success was in the Latin market. In the mid-'80s, they signed in America and have had 3 double platinum albums and 9 top 10 hits.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, baby, say you love me.
Then it all came to a halt.
When I came out of the accident, I must have weighed like 90 pounds.
It was a long road to recovery.
The first time I sat in here was sitting down and raising my foot about 1 inch off the floor. That was the extent of my workout.
She'd be screaming right here. She'd be shaking right here now. Look at the flexibility.
I saw progression on an everyday basis. That was what kept me going.
Yeah! Coming out of the dark, I finally see the light now, and it's shining on me.
It's kind of like being at your own funeral in a way, you know, it's as close as you can get.
Gloria Estefan was in the studio recording a new album just 10 months after a serious highway accident left her with a broken back. The road to recovery has been tough. With 8-inch steel rods holding her spine in place, she has spent months in grueling therapy. As she rebuilt her physical strength, her inner strength grew as well.
Each day I tried to do something that would make me feel like I'd gone a little beyond the previous day. But I'm very patient. This year has taught me even more patience.
Down, burn it, 8.
Gloria's injury was hard on her family, especially for her son, Naib.
He says, well, we were playing 2 days before the accident. We were playing, you know how you step on a crack, break your mother's back, and he had been jumping on the cracks. He hadn't said anything about it because he was carrying around these guilty feelings for a long time.
Why be afraid if I'm not alone? Life is never easy.
When did you first come back to the music?
My husband is really responsible for nudging me back into that because he knew that I was very afraid to try.
Coming Out of the Dark is the title cut from her new album produced by her husband and partner, Emilio Estefan.
coming out of the dark.
The line "coming out of the dark" had come to him when we were being transported from one hospital to the other. He was in a helicopter and the sun kind of blinded him for a moment. And he said that he had wished at that moment that it would be a year from now, that things had, passed.
Forever and ever, I stand on the rock of your love.
You talk about a love in that song. Whose love are you talking about?
A lot of the lines were written for Emilio, but mainly the whole focus of the song was the love of and support of people. I had read so much fan mail and all the support that I was getting from people. It just gave me a lot of strength.
She does 2 hours of weight training and aerobics a day with the help of Lucy and Ricky.
Emilio felt that it would be great therapy. She loves to kiss. They told us they'd been born on March 22nd, which was the day of the operation. So I said, forget it, they're meant to be. So I watched them grow, and it's kind of like my progress has been.
Her progress has been phenomenal. Less than a year after the accident, she's now preparing for a world tour.
You've said your fans are going to see something a little bit different this time around. What?
My stuff was just like fun, stuff that I did on my own, but I wanted to do something a little more. I decided I wanted to do a little dancing.
And instead of ending the tour in her hometown Miami like she normally does, she's starting there.
Like learning to walk again, get my first nights back on stage. I wanted it to be in the environment that I feel so loved in and that I feel so good, and I wanted them to be the first to see the show. All the love that I got from everyone, which I'll carry with me the rest of my life, because that is something that was so special that I'll have that forever.